Hello, and welcome back to our second episode of PopTakes. I'm Eva Muscal.
And I'm Rosalie Navarro, and this is our holiday episode. We are here today, joined by Weston Benner.
Hello. Hi, I'm an assignment editor for TPP, senior. Really happy to be here.
Yes, we're so excited.
Yes. So we decided to do interviews with Weston Benner because we just thought that this would be just a fun conversation. So
yes, we love Weston.
Yes.
I really love it when you call me by my full name too. It's really personal. Okay.
So how are you doing, Weston?
Doing incredible. So happy to be here.
How was your break?
It was really busy. A lot of college apps. Not as much time as I would have liked, but I got to spend it with family, and that's the most important part.
That it is, yes.
How's your Thanksgiving, Rosalie?
My Thanksgiving was definitely one that was memorable. So I got my wisdom teeth out on Tuesday. And then my grandparents came in town on, I think, Friday, but then they got COVID.
Oh, no.
And they got COVID on Tuesday, or Monday, Tuesday.
Okay.
They were diagnosed, or took the test, whatever. But yeah, so we didn't actually get to see them, and they live in Florida, so that was rough. But yeah, so, and also, I'm not a big Thanksgiving girl. Actually, not big at all. Yeah, but I hate Thanksgiving. It's my least favorite holiday. I don't understand it because I like that it's like being together with family and stuff, but I don't like the food, and I think that's like one of the main things.
You don't like yellow? Like that's just the food. It's yellow. It's all yellow.
No, the food is like brown. My favorite color is actually yellow.
No, it's all yellow. Cornbread.
Don't like that.
Stuffing.
I don't like that either.
I think that's crazy. I think like that's a very unpopular opinion.
So you just don't like any carbs then? Like
No, like I like carbs.
Is there anything like turkey or just like cranberries, potatoes?
List off something and I will tell you if I like it or
Sweet
not.
potatoes.
Okay, I like sweet potato casserole that my mom makes with pecans on top, not the marshmallows.
Oh,
I
disagree.
the best part.
1,000%. I eat the toasted marshmallows off and leave
you have to scoop them off and then
and you
eat the
leave
rest of
the
it.
sweet potatoes on the bottom.
Okay, and then I don't like the marshmallows because I think that like the one that I had one time, it was like baby food basically. It was like all kind of smushed together and I don't like that. So my mom makes the one with
Like a
the crust.
texture. Are you like a texture person?
Yes, I'm a very big texture person. So anything that's too smooth, anything like that, like I don't do it. And then turkey is just, it's too bland. It's too bland.
I think that depends how you make it, but I can definitely see that. I think it depends what you're putting in it. And my family doesn't really like stuff the turkey. We have the stuffing on the side.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a big stuffings person, honestly.
Okay, so what about pumpkin pie? No, not a big.
I'm not a pumpkin pie girl.
I disagree.
I'm not a pie girl at all, except for pecan pie. I do like pecan pie.
I hate that. So like
apple turnovers.
I don't even know what those are, so I'm
Okay.
gonna say no.
those aren't Thanksgiving, because when you think of Thanksgiving, you don't think of eating an apple turnover.
I do. Okay, so I guess my Thanksgiving is just wrong.
Just tell us about what your Thanksgiving meal or your ideal Thanksgiving meal looks like.
I mean, we don't really cook, so it's very minimal, but we just try to include every single food item that Rosalie hates. That's kind of what we try to go for.
Wow,
I would
that's
agree
the
with
motto.
that.
Yeah.
So if you don't like smooth things, do you like crunchy or what is it, chewy? Like what's the ideal texture then?
The ideal texture. I'd say the ideal texture is I can do smooth things like ice cream and popsicles and things when they're cold. But I can't do stuff that's like baby food or applesauce. Like I get grossed out, especially when things are like smooth, but then they have that like little part of it that's like hard that disgusts me so much.
I relate to that with cottage cheese.
Oh my god, I hate it.
I cannot eat cottage cheese. I think it tastes
God,
bad, and the grainy within the yogurt is nasty to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's soup.
Soup? Of course I drink soups.
But that's smooth and it's hot.
Yes, but that's...
It's a liquid.
I think for me, it just depends. If it tastes mid, like I don't like mashed potatoes. Think baby food. Like I am not a big person that likes things that are mash or a little bit liquid and then solid.
It's not just your thing with Thanksgiving. You don't like the food, but you're like...
Yeah.
It's like the giving part, right?
Yeah, no, 100%.
No, she just doesn't like to give either.
I enjoy the family part of it. I enjoy like getting together with people. I don't really like the food, and so I feel like that takes away from like a lot of what Thanksgiving is about. It's like everybody just talks about like eating a lot of food and they say what they're thankful for. But I don't know.
So it needs to rebrand, get away from the food aspect to the spending time together. You think?
Yes, I think it needs to be more of like a family / friends holiday. My ideal Thanksgiving is one with like
popsicles and ice cream.
Okay, maybe, but I think mine is more like, like the boards with friends and like a big like thing where everybody brings like something different, and it doesn't like just because like I don't necessarily like the Friendsgiving foods.
So it's a potluck then. Everyone brings something.
I think a potluck is like the best way to represent Thanksgiving. It's everybody getting together, bringing something, giving.
But then what happens if all they bring are smooth, bland items? Because that's like 90% of Thanksgiving food.
Then it's
terrible.
It's horrible.
Okay,
it's
so
worst nightmare.
How about favorite Thanksgiving food? You have to pick one. You're on a deserted island. The only thing that you have with you are
Thanksgiving
unlimited
food.
amount of Thanksgiving food. What are you picking to survive?
What am I picking to survive? I'd say, I don't want to say bread because I feel like I'd get in trouble for that.
That's okay.
But I'd say probably sweet potato casserole. It's a family thing.
Okay.
I think also like Thanksgiving is like you spend all day cooking for like that 1 hour or something that you're eating, and I think it takes away like you're kind of cooking all day. You're not able to enjoy your day off or like time with, or I guess if people are helping you.
Maybe the act of cooking though helps you appreciate the food more. It helps you appreciate food more in general.
I think like if you're the one cooking, then you're like, oh my god, I spent 7 hours making this.
But I think it's like, then you're just stressed out because your family's cooking.
I hate washing dishes, so like.
And then everything explodes because it's Thanksgiving. Do you know what? I feel like every TV show I watch, when everything goes down, it happens on Thanksgiving.
The turkey blows up.
Yeah. Literally, like all the familial differences. Yes, all of the family arguments
that's
every
the best
day.
part.
About Thanksgiving.
Maybe not if it's your.
Isn't that what?
That's
like
what
giving
makes
thanks
it
for your
unforgettable.
family? Are you kidding me? Wait, the whole point of Thanksgiving is being thankful for people, and you enjoy the argument part of Thanksgiving?
Thankful for arguing with people.
I think Weston has some untold secrets.
Yeah, I think so.
No, I think that's like no family reunion ever goes 100% according to plans, and so
no.
I think some of the fun of Thanksgiving is trying to plan it all and being like, it's still going to blow up in some way, and it's just kind of seeing how that's going to happen.
I think like with Thanksgiving, then you come to talk of like Christmas and all those holidays. And
that's
like,
another thing that I hate. I hate how early. Okay, I'm gonna call them out. 99.1.
Full of hot takes.
I'm done. I'm done with 99.1 because they play Christmas music so early, and it's not even like the winter feelings. It's like full on Christmas, like Feliz Navidad right now, and it's like too early.
But what if Christmas is just a mindset? You can play it anytime.
It definitely is. You hear
Jingle
Bells in July.
You don't listen to Christmas music in the middle of April. I mean, what are you doing, Rosalie?
I'm listening to other music, living like
what, April music? Yeah, exactly. There is
April music.
There actually is April music.
Oh,
there's
please
fall
tell
music,
me.
Winter music, spring music, and summer music.
And then April music is a subset of that?
I think summer music is the best music there is.
I think summer music and fall music.
No, because summer music is just so bland. Like, if you hate bland foods, then why not hating bland music as well? I mean, summer music has no personality.
No, it has
the most
because summer is like the funnest time, and it's like the music you remember is what you were doing, like having a pool party and the music being blasted. Mm-hmm. Like it's not really what the music was.
But then you're associating it with the memories rather than the music. Like arguably the best music.
You ready?
No, let me finish.
Okay, sorry.
The best music, the most distinct music, is winter music.
I think because it's so commonly played, and from after Halloween, so November 1st to
they're like Christmas time, get out the trees, and it's annoying. I think that summer music has the most beats and the most like diverse sounds going on. That's what I think. I think winter music. I do enjoy winter music. I enjoy like the sad stuff, but I think it's got a dash of seasonal. It's got a dash of seasonal depression in winter music. Like you gotta be real.
That's the whole thing. Like you listen to sad music to hopefully make yourself feel better, even when you're sad, but it only makes you feel worse.
Yeah, speaking of music, Spotify Wrapped came out yesterday.
Oh, that was a big thing, and people being surprised that their number one artist is who they listen to the most.
I know. It was like such a shock.
I know, it's crazy.
Like, oh my gosh, it's like as if I didn't know I was gonna get
It's
Taylor
like
Swift.
you played this song
Even
600 times.
Yeah, even though I listen to Taylor Swift every day.
Right.
Who knew I would get top artist Taylor Swift? Like,
Crazy.
what?
You know what a good gift would be for someone is like the Spotify Premium.
Oh, yes.
Like that would be. Would you agree, Weston?
I'm gonna go out and say no. I'm not a big Spotify fan.
Really?
No.
Were you missing out on the raps yesterday?
No, other services do it too. It's just not as like fun because you share and then everyone's like, oh, you don't use Spotify. It's kind of, so I'm focusing more on that.
Are you
than
like an
music.
Apple Music?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would think, you know what they should do? They should do text messages wrapped. Think about that.
That would be like you get exposed. You
No,
would get
no, no,
so
no, think about it.
exposed.
Yeah, number one person you text, like what's the most common words that you use?
Most commonly used emoji.
Oh my gosh.
Most commonly
yes.
dude, that would
Mine
be
would be
so
like
much
the
fun.
crying emoji, like the laughing.
Oh, I
crying.
think most people.
I think I use that in every sentence. It's so bad. But
Literally. I don't know. I feel like I've just become like an emoji user.
no, me
It
too.
grew on you. It grew on me.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, wow, these reflect emotions that you can't capture in words.
Because I'm trying to like, if I say something that's not serious, I want it to come across as not serious. Or if I'm like, okay, then I'm going to send like the straight face emoji.
No, because nothing ruins the mood more than someone misinterpreting a text.
oh
like,
my god.
You're having a great conversation. They think it's real. They stop it's like you stop a train and then you can't get it back going again.
Yeah, I've been told like, oh, sorry. And I was like, what? I was like, I'm not serious. And they're like, you just use that emoji. I'm like, I'm never serious. Like, if it were serious, I probably wouldn't be using an emoji.
Serious pants are always off.
Yeah.
Never serious in my life.
Never.
It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, no. Maybe one day, but today's and yesterday are not those days.
Speaking of gifts,
Yeah.
you know what my top gift that I really want is like a digital camera. Like, I don't know why after homecoming taking pictures on a digital camera, I just love the way they look, and you can find them for like $40.
Do you want one? I don't know much about digital cameras, but they can like print out the photos immediately.
No, I'm not like the printout. Like, you can
You don't
upload
want to
them
put
to
them
the...
up on like your.
I do,
bulletin
but then you
board.
can only have them in one place. Whereas I feel like, I don't know, I just love the way the digital cameras are so fun and easy. And recently I've just been like, they seem cool, but definitely not like $200 for a camera. No.
Okay, but isn't part of the appeal that you can only have it in one place? It exists only in that moment.
Yeah.
So that's
true.
it helps.
It's
you.
like that specialness. Yeah, it's definitely like that special feeling.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Rosalie, what's your number one gift?
My number one gift that I want.
Yeah.
That I want. Honestly, that's a hard one. I don't really know.
You don't have a wish list then.
I definitely do, but I feel like it's not like one thing.
It's like that surprise.
Yeah, it's like multiple things that I need. You know?
Oh,
what I
that
mean?
you
Or
need.
not
Okay,
need,
okay,
But, like
so-
things that I would like I could do with like more of. Like I need a refill on some of my like my sugar scrub that I use.
So like the
I-
necessities.
yeah,
The Tree Hut? Are
Tree
you a
Hut, yes.
Tree Hut girl?
Pineapple Tree Hut sugar scrub.
100%.
And then I need a mini lint roller. Like, we don't need
I know what
any
to
of
get
these
you now.
things,
Just
but-
wait.
Pull up with a mini lint roller. Yeah, but it's like things that you think of like here and there, like, oh, that would be so nice to have. But it's like not something I'm gonna go out and buy.
Also, like, I think, like, not really Christmas, really, but, like, those thoughtful gifts are almost better. Like, the small
Yeah.
things, like, oh, I saw this, I thought you might like it. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, thanks.
Okay, so what's on y'all's list for number one gifts that you're giving?
Ooh, I feel like I'm a very personal giver.
Okay.
Like, I really want to see what the person would use. And, you know, sometimes that means just going to Target and getting body scrub and, like, some candy. But I genuinely try to see what they like. And I try to spend a good amount of time, like, seeing what people like.
I'm the worst gift giver. Like to ever exist. Lululemon gift cards are like my staple.
Oh, my goodness.
I feel bad, but I never know what to give people. And so I do cards, and I do these cards, and then it's like I do it myself. So it says like, happy birthday.
Okay.
And then I do a picture.
Do you draw the picture?
No,
Okay.
I print out a picture, like a funny picture of them.
And you paste
and
it?
I put it in there.
Okay.
No, but
And then
that's
on the
so
inside-
thoughtful.
Yeah, and then the inside I wrote like a whole I write like a page, like half of the page, half of the cardstock. And then on the other side that I fold, I do another picture. So
Okay.
it's like,
I would want that. Like, or like a photo. Once I made a photo book for someone. I don't know if they really appreciated it, but I thought it was so cute to like kind of a memory book.
I
Yeah.
feel like wordy gifts like that, they're dangerous though, because if you give them too much, people start to expect it. And
Yeah,
they don't
then-
appreciate the time and effort.
Right,
Like
I know.
arguably shopping on Amazon and ordering something, it's a lot quicker than taking the time to write out, thinking about, okay, how do I want to say? What do I want to say to this person? How do I want to make them feel special? But they don't appreciate it after a while because it's just the norm.
I think people overlook those gifts like that. Those gifts take so much more time and thought than going on Amazon buying a necklace.
Yeah, I went to a party recently, and it was like everybody had these gifts that were like they had a lot of things that were like very expensive, and I made like this kind of like box thing that was like cute and everything, and like I did it myself and I painted it and whatever. But I had a Lululemon gift card, guys, and then I had something else in it. I had like a thing with candy, but like that was all I did, and I did my.
But that's not all. That's like
But
a
it was,
lot.
like- and it took time, but in comparison, because the other gifts were like not like super amazing, but they were like nicer things. You know what I mean?
And that like brings
So
the
it's-
question of like, is expensive better? I think people have very unrealistic wish lists. They have like, oh, Uggs. Uggs are so expensive.
Yeah,
Kendra Scott is so expensive.
But
yeah.
what
and,
about
like-
my Vera Bradley necklace?
But like, is that better than maybe a small little box that someone painted for you?
Yeah.
Well, I think the whole idea of gift giving is often expensive but soulless. It's
Yeah, exactly.
people compensate a lack of emotion with extra money. But it's interesting because actually like studies show that increasing, let's just say it's a $25 gift versus $75, the amount of enjoyment is not tripled. In fact, it's barely increased because the people receiving the gifts cannot accurately tell how much money it took to buy them,
Exactly.
and they're missing that emotional part. So that's why I really think it's just something that people have to kind of get out of, because it's easy. It's the common thing to just buy an expensive gift, but often you think, okay, can I accomplish this first of all using something personal, because that will mean more, that they'll see it and they'll be reminded of this moment rather than just, oh, it's okay, it's something I could have bought for myself. And also, I don't think expensive is always better, because
Yeah,
they don't appreciate it.
No, and I mean, things get lost, things happen, things break. People run out of love for what they like. Like if I got a digital camera, I may not like it in 2 months.
Exactly.
You know, and
Yeah.
like those things happen. So why are we spending over hundreds of dollars on something?
It's all about the trends, you know, like what people want
Exactly.
and what people
Exactly.
think is cute and stylish. And I think it's super hard to find like good gifts that you could give people that aren't super expensive, because I personally, like, I might have like a lot of birthdays parties in the same month, and it's like Christmas is coming up and everything, and it's like I don't want to be dropping $150 when I don't have a job
person.
and I'm 15 years old per person. Like, that's not something that I want to do.
Exactly. And you think about the sustainability and you're like, well, will this hold up in a year even?
Yeah,
or will it just be
Exactly.
almost a reminder of, oh, that didn't pan out? Like,
Exactly. The trends change so fast, and like we're expected to change with them, but then buy the new thing and then get rid of the old thing, and then it's just so much waste and then so much other stuff. It's crazy.
I think like also speaking of like unrealistic goals, like what do y'all think of New Year's resolutions and saying, oh, at the start of this year, I'm gonna be a completely different person than I was one day ago?
I think that's crazy. Like,
I feel like it's natural for humans to want that, but it's very unobtainable and I think a little unhealthy, because I feel like so many of these are complete makeovers. They're like, I totally want to change. And that just shows that you do not feel comfortable in your current, in your current body or in your current mindset at all.
Yeah.
And so I think that's maybe like more indicative of a larger problem of self-esteem, because I don't know very many people who have completed a New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
It-
I agree.
It's like a Duolingo streak. Like you try it
oh my gosh, yes.
and then it,
Give up.
7-8 days later. So I think that can almost lead to people feeling worse, because then it's like, oh, I tried to fix myself and then it still didn't work out. I think you got to go small, and like they add up, but that's the only way to really stick with it.
Yeah.
And I think like part of me is like, oh, excited for this new year. Like it's a fresh start. But like also tomorrow's a new start too. Like
Exactly.
there's no reason to kind of wait. And I think also like with bigger goals, you're like, oh, I want to maybe also athletically, I want to be at this point 6 months from now. You got to put in the work every day to get there. And
it takes 30 days to build a habit, is what
Exactly.
most science says. It takes 30 days to build a habit. And so you have to be rigorous with it. And I think it's hard because it's like you want to change so many things about yourself when New Year's comes around, but is it really realistic? I think it's about setting realistic things. Okay, maybe I want to get an A in this class, or maybe
Exactly.
I want to walk half a mile every day, and then maybe I'll build up in 2 months, 3 months. But it's
Exactly.
about setting that habit and getting that discipline down. And it's also about becoming comfortable in your own skin. Like, you don't have to change every single thing about
Exactly.
you.
Not everything you think you need to change for a New Year's resolution actually needs to be changed. But I totally agree with the habit. It takes a lot of time, and that's just tough because I think January as a whole, like, it comes during the saddest point of the year, like
Yeah.
in terms of
Yeah.
seasonal depression. So
Yeah.
people are already feeling vulnerable, and then if they don't accomplish it, it's even worse.
I think also people have like really big goals, like either I'm gonna run 3 miles every day, I want to lose 50 pounds, but maybe I want to be a better person, I want to take more risks, I want to try new
Exactly.
things. Those things aren't measurable, so maybe they're not like considered good goals, but those are the goals for me. Like, I want to be a kinder person, I want to try new things, and obviously I have like those unreachable goals, but I think there's like more to it than that.
I think it's especially like the little things. Like, I want to be a kinder person. Like, set a goal for yourself. Like, make a resolution. Compliment someone every day. Compliment a different
That's
person.
a good one. That's
That's
actually a
fun.
really good
And
one.
that makes you a lot like kinder, I feel like, in your heart too, because then it's like, oh, this is really cute. Oh my gosh, you know what I mean?
And you don't
It's
know like
about-
the impact it makes on someone. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
someone told me the other day my hair looked good, and like that made my day. And
Literally.
like,
I feel like maybe our resolutions this year should not be for ourselves, but to be kind to other people and like
for the
help
community
other
around
people.
us.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Like,
I mean,
yeah.
it's the simplest thing to do. It's the cheapest thing to do, and it helps other people so much. Because I feel like January 1st is just an arbitrary date. It doesn't, just because you pick that date doesn't mean you're going to stick with something any more or less. I feel like what we need is a mid-year's resolution to kind of
I
evaluate,
agree.
okay, last 6 months, this is what's been going well, this is what hasn't, and then I'm going to try to improve this. And just if you start, I think it's if you're committed more so than on a specific date. If you stick with it, you stick with it.
Yeah. I think that, that 30-day habit thing, it's if you stick with it, and you could change on any day. You could decide, you could wake up one day and be like, okay, today's the day. But then you could go to sleep and not change anything. And then you could be like, tomorrow's the day.
Yeah, and I think also people think when summer starts, that's like a new time. Like, oh, it's summer, I don't have school, now I can do all this stuff. And it's just like, take a step back and look at it kind of from a bigger picture, and like just be realistic with yourself, because those unrealistic goals cause more problems than they actually help with.
No, I agree. Like, if you pick a specific date and you do it. Okay, so 2 days ago, I just celebrated like a 2-year streak on Duolingo.
Wow.
Okay,
That's awesome.
it is.
Let's go, Weston.
Oh my goodness.
So that I don't know why I started like randomly on like November, I don't know, or December 2nd, but it's happened and I stuck with it. So I think almost those impromptu goals can be like more motivational if it's just like, hey, I got inspired. Let me stick with it.
Yeah.
But I think the hardest part is sticking with something when you can't measure your progress. And that's why often those more impactful goals, like being kinder to others, or, hey, I'm going to just smile more. You can't see yourself change, so it's a lot harder to feel encouraged by the progress that you've made.
I think also even when you do see a change, such as in working out, you're not going to see a change right away, which is something I've struggled with like a lot in terms of sports, like not seeing a change, but knowing that it is going to make a difference in your life and other people's lives.
Yeah. I think that's something to keep in mind for next year.
When making
and
your
all
New
the
Year's
rest of the year.
resolutions.
Yeah. Okay, so this has been our holiday episode of PopTakes. Thank you so much for joining us.
We had so much fun.
Thank y'all for listening.